see if the fish come out. Maybe they're not hungry anymore. I don't feed them every day. There's one. That is, you can see him way down there. That is 2 years ago baby that survived. He had a sister, so I named them Pugsley and Wednesday, but Wednesday didn't make it, so now that's Pugsley. Well, I guess they're not going to come to feed. That's okay. Oh, there goes another big one. I can't tell just by looking at the head which one it is. It's not until they come out and I see the body. There's a big one named Eddie Munster. And there's also, oh, there he is. There's Herman. I know Herman. Yeah, because he's got white. And that one's Eddie. There used to be a white one named Lily, but she passed away this year. Very sad. I found her in the bottom of the pond. I don't know what that was about. But these goldfish were just feeder goldfish from the pet store that I bought for $5 a piece, and they were as big as my pinky. My pinky, see? And now look at them. They're 4 years old now. This is the 4th season. And they started having babies into their 2nd season. Of course, I'm just assuming gender, which apparently is a sensitive subject here, but you know, nowadays. I come from a time when we weren't such little snowflakes about things. And Herman, I named him. I didn't name them at first because, you know, goldfish die. I've had lots of goldfish die in the pond before I learned how to create this. Look at this gorgeous ecosystem. I got some water lettuce. No, this is water lettuce here, and this is water celery. And the plants help to filter the water. It used to be gungy. Frogs would die every winter. It was very sad. Animals would fall in. I found a skunk one time drowned. That was disgusting. Chipmunks would fall in. But I've also, oh, there's a frog friend right there. Maybe he wants help to get out. I'll help him in a minute. No, wait, he's independent. He's a frog. What am I saying? I put rocks. You can't see them, but I put rocks from the forest along the sides so that if anything falls in, there's a foothold. Like this planter is on some rocks, and you know, once again, anything falls out, they can grab the side. So we haven't had anything die in quite a while, which is nice. And yeah, so the fish started having babies, but 2 years ago, Herman, he was wounded. He had some kind of, I don't know, a disease, or maybe the other fish were picking on him literally, and he had big red sores on his side where his scales were missing. And I thought, oh no, that's not good. And I'm one of those people that don't like to see animals in distress, no matter what they are. So I looked it up, and turns out you can give fish Epsom salts baths. So that's what I did. I caught them, and I made a bath with Epsom salts, a little sea salt, and I had aloe vera gel. And I gave him baths every day for a while, and it worked. His scales grew back magically. It was very bizarre. I thought of myself as a genius. And I named him then Herman Munster, because he was the biggest. But now his, not really son, but I guess brother, Eddie, is now almost as big as he is. And like I said, there was Lily. She could have been a male. I don't know. That's okay. But she was really beautiful. She was like pure white. I've never seen a pure white goldfish. Just like I've never seen a dark black one like Shadow/Huggy Bear is. We rarely see Shadow/Huggy Bear, obviously. But when the day comes when I have to empty the pond, it's quite a job. As you can see, it's, you know, smallish pond, but it's big enough. What I do is, oh, I'm getting old. I have to sit down. This is a long fireside chat. Remember that from SCTV and John Candy? You have to be from my age to know that. So And there literally is a fireside here, and I'm going to light that on fire because I'm also an Aries and we like fire. So, and I'm also at an age when I lose my train of thought, but I was talking about the pond. And I use the pump here. There's the, you can see it down there. To, oh, there is one of the babies from last year. We don't know, it could be Starsky, could be Hutch. It does. Oh, there's his brother, sister. So they were together. They're going to try to eat the big fish pellets. I don't know what they eat, if those break down and they get some. And there's Pugsley. I missed that. Did he eat it? Must have. They're not starving, obviously. Oh, they're getting more. It's funny. They get afraid of me when they're in the pond, like I'm a predator, but then when they're in the fish tank, you'll see later, they get all friendly and they come to the surface and they'll eat from my hand. It's like they forget who I am. I'm their mommy. Oh, there's Herman. Look at him. He's got a beautiful white belly. Oh, they're getting all active now. Look at that. I wonder if Shadow will come out. But I have seen tiny, tiny babies in the pond, mostly in this planter. They kind of go in there. Apparently they eat their babies. It's a good source of protein, and that's okay, because what am I going to do with a bazillion babies? I mean, honestly, apparently these fish can live 10 to 15 years, and if I keep getting babies every single season, I mean, honestly, I'm going to have babies forever, and I'd have a house full of tanks. That's ridiculous. Oh, I just thought of something. I could make one of my rooms into a fish room and just have a bunch of tanks, because I have such a large house and there's a lot of different rooms that I don't even use. And I miss some bedrooms when, we're gonna go back here, we put on the addition for my husband's parents. So I had 3 back bedrooms there. We can see where the bank of windows is. I used to have some guest rooms. I'm sad that I miss them, to be honest, because I could have expanded my 70s bathroom and made it bigger, but we didn't think of that at the time, unfortunately. Oh well. Oh, I thought I saw Shadow. Maybe I didn't. I might be seeing things. Anyway, back to my original train of thought. Yes, I'm going to create a fish room, apparently. Need more coffee. Oh yeah, the pond. So yeah, so I empty the pond, and as I'm going along, I scoop the fish out when I can catch them, and then I find these babies. And, you know, honestly, I can't kill them. I would never do that, so I do keep some of them, future generations. And I do have a smaller tank. It's like a back-to-life tank that you can put plants in the top, and it helps filter the water. Well, there's Shadow. I don't know if you guys saw him. He's kind of cool. So yeah, and then I take the frogs, because they don't want to leave, and I put them in a bucket and I walk them down to a stream bed across the road, not far, and I guess they find a way to go under the squishy soil, and they stay there, and apparently they find their way back, because every year, it seems to be around June or something, I look forward to seeing them. The first one shows up, they come back. It's pretty awesome. And these water lettuces, I just get one at the nursery, and this is all that is propagated from just one plant. In years past, I would get 2 water lettuces and 2 water hyacinths, and it would just like be so thick you couldn't even see anything. And even here, I have to use my pond skimmer, pool skimmer, in this case pond skimmer, to just push it back so I can feed the goldfish. But yeah, these plants help to filter the water. You can see they have long tendrils going underneath, and the fish love to hide out in them. And one time I found a snake curled up around one, a DK's water snake. That was pretty cool. sorry, brown snake, not water snake, but all snakes can swim. And I do try to keep these plants over the winter, but they don't seem to survive. I don't know if it's not enough sunlight, or I think goldfish are little buggers and they nip at them. So I haven't been successful in keeping them over the winter, and so I just buy one of these plants in the late spring. They seem to have them. It's about $10, but that's no big deal. And I do try to keep this planter, but sometimes they don't survive. And I did buy this one new this year. Hopefully I put it in the fish tank, and once again it helps to filter the water as well. I do have a filter. So they seem pretty happy in the winter in the house. And then in the springtime, it takes a long time for the ice to melt here. You will see in the springtime, like, it's really late, because this is a shady spot underneath the trees of the forest. And this gets filled with, even though I empty it out completely, the snow goes in and then it melts, and then it creates an ice layer and it fills up with water. And I have to keep also checking for frogs, because they will come back, the little buggers, into late October. And so I try to cover it over with a tarp, but I have to keep checking because they still go underneath. So I got to be on frog watch for quite a while, because we don't want any frogs to die, because they're our friends. Look at them just hanging out there, little buddies. So yeah, in the spring, I have to wait until the ice melts and the snow melts, and then I take the dirt, because even though I clean it, it does get, you know, some leaves get in. There's no way I can prevent leaves from being here. I tried to design some kind of a cover. I am an engineer's daughter, but I'm trying to figure it out. Like, maybe I could do a frame with some screening to put over. But, you know, so far I just, you know, suffer it out and clean it out. And then I start filling the pond up and bring the fish back. I think that's usually May. And then, you know, they live their happy lives for the summer and the fall. And the cycle continues. Anyway, that's the story of my pond, which I really enjoy. I'm a city person originally, born in Toronto. And I've always wanted a beautiful garden where I can do what I want, enjoy the fresh air and sunshine. And you can hear, once I stop talking, there's silence besides the pond. So everyone who stuck it out, the longest video I've ever done, but you know, I enjoy this pond, so I felt I had to explain it. And I'm actually sitting, enjoying it. I'm usually doing chores, running around. There's always so much to do. It's a big property, a big house. And I'm sitting and enjoying my pond and the garden. How weird. Apparently that's something you can do. Anyway, have a good day. Bye, fish. Love you.